Saltfish sizzles, Ackee drops, bold filling wrapped in a dough. Seal tight, bake golden, this Jamaica in loaf. Oh, hi there. Welcome to Teika's kitchen. Get ready to tantalize your taste buds. And we're wasting no time, so here's what you need. Saltfish, ackee, sweet plantains, all-purpose flour, warm coconut milk, active yeast, sugar, salt, butter, egg yolk for the aromatics, bell pepper scallion, pepper, thyme, and pimento berries. Now that we have everything, guys, let's dive right into it. And we are putting this saltfish to boil. Now 2 times is ideal because we're soaking for about 30 minutes before. Alright, now it's time to activate our yeast. Just ensuring that our coconut milk there is at the correct temperature. 110 degrees Fahrenheit is usually good enough. Add the yeast, the sugar. Now, in all, we're using 2 tablespoons of sugar. We'll use 1 tablespoon here to activate the yeast. Now, while it's blooming, we are going to go ahead and prep all our veggies, our herbs, spices, aromatics, okay? Alright, and just like that, we're giving this bell pepper some rough chop. You could also do julienne if you wish. Alright, up next is our scallion. Nice rough chop there as well, followed by the pepper. Alright, and there we are. Remove the seeds because we don't want it too spicy, you know. Spicy but not too spicy. Some additional green onion there as well. And guess what, by the time you know it, 10 minutes has passed, so it's now time to make our dough. So we have added our warm coconut milk, the all-purpose flour, sugar, salt there as well. Now coming up now with our liquid, so we add the egg there and about 1/4 cup of butter there as well, guys, melted butter. All right, and we're just going to allow this to mix for about 5 to 7 minutes. Right now we're using all-purpose flour because we want our cocoa bread to be nice and soft and fluffy, right? We don't need too much gluten development here because we're not looking for a chewy texture. We need it to be, you know, moist and tender. All right, and just like that, we're taking our time to mix it in. All right, and just a few more minutes to go, and by the time you know it, we'll be proofing. Now please ensure that when you're using your warm liquid, ensure that it's not too hot, because what it does, it can kill the yeast, right? Or if it's too cold, the yeast will not properly be bloomed or hydrated. All right, and just like that, it's time to place the dough in our grease bowl. All right, now it will remain here for 1 hour to proof or until it double in size, and by the time you know it, it's gonna be time to punch it down, okay? All right, just ensuring that we coat it there with the oil. We're going to cover with a damp towel because we need the ideal moisture and humidity for the perfect rise. All right, now while that is proofing, we're going to go ahead and get our plantains nice and sliced. All right, because we are going to add these to our ackee and saltfish loaf. Oh my goodness, when I tell you flavor galore, oh yeah. All right, just add in a little oil there to our pan so that we can toast up these plantain rounds. All right, you could also cut them lengthwise if you wish. All right, and we're not cooking these for long, just to toast them nicely, because of course they're going to bake again inside that ackee loaf, so we're trying to give them a little crust, you know. All right, and just like that, it was time to give these a good flip. Now if you know anything about plantain, you can't move away while you're frying these, because as you look away, if you know, you know, right? All right, so these require constant attention for them not to burn, so we can get them nice, golden, beautiful, and attractive. All right, with the plantain out of the way, it's now time to flake our saltfish. Now this was boiled twice. It it is now cooled, we're going to go ahead and clean it and also flake it, because it's easier to move the scale once it has boiled. All right, and just like that with a sharp knife there, removing all the bones, because when you bite into your loaf, you don't want any bones. No, never that. So you have to ensure that you remove all your bones, or better yet, use deboned saltfish, all right, to get all this work out the way. All right, but what we have is what we're using, so we're gonna have to take the bones out, clean the scales nicely there as well, just checking to see if there are any fine bones there on this side, because we don't want any accidents to happen, you know, or while we're eating we don't want to have to stop to take out any bones. No, not at all. And there is it, our all-star lineup to make the most delicious filling. So in our heated skillet with some olive oil, we've added all the aromatics. All right, up next is the flaked and deboned saltfish, giving that a good toss there. Now this have enough salt, we didn't have to add any additional salt for flavor here, giving it a good toss, because you know a good toss in saute makes everything fit right, everything coat right, everything taste right. All right, up next there is the ackee, and of course we're adding some freshly ground black pepper. Now fun fact, ackee is actually a fruit, but in Jamaica we treat it like a savory staple, and when paired with saltfish, it became our national dish. Now imagine all that flavor stuffed inside cocoa bread. Oh my goodness. Now, can you smell that aroma coming through your screens? Oh my goodness, because the aroma in this kitchen right now is something to talk about, okay? All right, now what we're doing here is just to cool our ackee and our saltfish, because we don't want it to be too hot when we are adding it to our dough. Now speaking of dough, look at that guys, it has rised beautifully. So now I'm punching it down to release the air. All right, now we're going to divide it in about 6 to 7 pieces thereabout. Now shape each one into a smooth ball, and from here I'll roll them out one at a time to make room for that delicious filling. The dough is so pillowy at this point, it almost rolls itself. This process is so simple, but something about rolling soft dough by hand always feels like back home, you know, especially when you know what's gonna be inside. All right, and there we are, just ensuring that we get even portions as much as possible. So let's count together guys, 2, 4, 6, so we got 7 balls. All right, now up next we are going to transfer this to a plate. All right, so we can make space for rolling out each into a disc. Like shape, right? Not too thin nor too thick. You want it about 1/4 inch thick, so it's soft and fluffy but still strong enough to hold the filling without tearing. All right, and in we go guys with the filling, layering there with 2 plantains disc as well, using some water to seal the edges. All right, followed up now with our pastry wheel to seal the deal. All right, and that's our first one, and we'll just continue this process until we are done. All right, adding the filling now there again. All right, and then followed up now with the plantains. Now you know the plantains are optional guys, but for the perfect island bite, you know, you gotta put them plantains in. All right, sealing there as well. We'll continue the same process. You could use your fingers to roll it into, to mold it in a circle first, and then you use a rolling pin, you know, to flatten it some more. Remember to always seal with the water so it doesn't open. All right, followed up with the pastry wheel, and by the time you know it, you seal it like a pro. Okay, all right, now guess what time it is? It's time to turn up the heat. This is what they are looking like. We are brushing there with a little egg wash. You know, egg wash give it the perfect sheen, the perfect color. That's just 1 egg yolk with about a tablespoon of water, right? And when these are baked nice and hot, you can go ahead and brush it also with some melted butter for that additional sheen. Okay, all right, there we are, ensuring that we're coating it nicely because we want even color. Just piercing there to remove some of the steam, to release some of the steam during baking. And by the time you know it, it went into the oven. 25 minutes later, this is what we're looking like. And it's now time to serve up. Look at that, guys. So beautiful, so golden. I wish you could smell this right now because this kitchen is smelling like a bakery. Are you ready for it? Oh yeah. Golden, soft, and stuffed with flavor. Just look at that. The Ackee Saltfish and the plantain baked right into the bread. Every bite buttery and bold. This is Jamaica in a loaf. Now the full recipe is down below in the description, and if this recipe made your mouth water, go ahead and hit that like button. Drop a comment below if you'd try this loaf or what you'd stuff inside yours. And don't forget to subscribe, man, to Teika's Kitchen for more bold Caribbean flavor every week. Now that is it for today, fam. I hope you felt the flavor through your screen, and I'll catch you in the next one right here on Teika's Kitchen. Big up yourself.